So Link Finance, we firmly believe it's a better way for business to borrow. We have the money to lend. It's a very, very simple process. So simplicity is probably the key message of the day. So we're Ireland's largest peer-to-peer platform. We've exceeded the 25 million marketplace recently. We make the process really simple. There's a lot of lenders, borrowers here, I should say. Obviously, Kevin from Craft Beer Growlers. There's Killown Farm, Sam's Cookies, big organisations like Leo Gordox, Spike and Splash Tours. Some really big players that have used the summer 500 that we've exceeded on the platform too. So we're open for business, we're well known, we make the process extremely easy and extremely simple. So what is peer-to-peer lending? It's simply people with money. Also, I can be a lender, you can be a lender. Essentially all of you contributing towards my business loan. So it's a really big concept. It's mainstream lending really in the US at the moment, and it's quickly becoming so in the UK. So we're doing this over 3.5 years now, growing really quickly. As I say, we've over 25 million in the marketplace already. So the money's there, and we've a lot more to lend in the short to medium as well. So to the right businesses. So a bit about us. So we're established in 2013, as I say, 3.5 years, with over 500 business loans, more than 13,000 registered lenders, loans between 5 and 100,000. Really simple process, 2-minute online application. We give a quick 8-hour approval, and we've a 48-year turnaround. You can literally have the money in your bank account by then. Our fastest loan, for instance, was funded in 28 minutes. So it's grown quickly, it's getting quicker. We advise, I'll go into the key benefits and what we do after Kevin speaks, but it's very transparent. We a couple of documents, we tell you what your rate of repayments are. So after approval of those 2 documents, we put you live on the site and you get funded pretty quickly. So look, enough about me for now. This is Kevin, one of our lenders that we have on the site. Sorry, one of our borrowers. I'm just going to introduce him. He'll tell you a bit about what he's done with us and his own business.
Thanks, Mark. My name is Kevin O'Brien from Craft Beer Growlers. Basically, we approached Link Finance for some borrowings last year. But just to tell you what we are first, we're Europe's #1 counter-pressure or growler filler supplier in Europe. And we're #2 in the world after the US. But what is a growler? A growler is any vessel that you can bring draft beer home from a pub, off-license, bottle shop, tap room. But only about half of the craft beers in the world ever reach bottle or can. So there's a huge opportunity in the market there for pubs and off-licenses to get some more niche product in there and compete against the big boys in a sense. So that's what a growler is for home consumption. We've done that piece with the US. Why is our tap so special? The reason we sell it in a specific tap called P-Gas Craft Tap is that it purges the bottle of the growler of all air. So when you put the beer into the growler, it actually doesn't foam, doesn't lose any carbonation. There's always CO2 sitting on top of it, so when you seal it, it's a perfectly filled bottle. And the product is perfect for a minimum of 60 days. Just an example of some of our clients are people like Brewdog in their bottle shops, Innocent Gum in their restaurants in Edinburgh and Glasgow, Camden Town breweries, Brewer in town, McHugh's off licenses in town, Bargain Street Wines, Lambert and Sons in Wexford, Camden Town Brewery, Meantime Brewery, and the list goes on and on and on. We have over 100 stations in the UK and about 10-15 here in Ireland. I suppose the reason that we used Link Finance was, I suppose, it was easy. It really was easy. You know, I've been in business for a long time now, and approaching banks really was a pain in the butt. You know, there's a fear, of something is going into them, and they can't seem to make decisions immediately. It has to go all the way bloody up the line. The whole process is clear, very clear to us as to what we had to do. It was explained, there was no difficulty, questions were easily answered, there was no difficulty at all. You see, it did actually seem to be very friendly. It was so cooperative. You know, it was almost, you know, I knew these guys for years when I hadn't in actual fact. And it was very straightforward. It almost seemed to me as if they were looking for reasons to lend you money. What I feel when you go to the big institutions, they're looking for reasons not to give you money. You know, it's a negative process. Funding finance was a positive process. It's open. It's open, and lenders actually, potential lenders actually sent emails to me with questions and whatever, which are quickly, easily answered. Now, probably we didn't do our intro, or whatever it was, perfectly to say that these questions weren't answered, but still, it was good to be able to communicate with people directly. It actually was a bit of a fun process, because the process went through so quickly, so easily. It really was. It was an enjoyable process in comparison to the past. And really, my point of it was that we shouldn't, because sometimes the large institutions seem to take an age, and I know they're trying to promote themselves now as being quick and fast, but really it's not. We've had recent experience again with the amount of information they want, and the belts and braces, and 2 sets of braces that they want to have over the borrowings that you're making. It's absolutely beyond sense. And, you know, so it just takes too long. Recently we tried to get set up on these things to pay our staff directly in bulk payments. And they were looking for 2 personal guarantees from 2 directors for $2.5 grand. It was absolutely ridiculous. So we told them where to jump in time. And that's basically my story. The story is easy. For some reason it seems to be easier to borrow money from 100 people loaning you small amounts of money than from one person that's loaning you the large full loan. It seems easier. The 100 people seem to be able to understand the concept, what you're looking for the money for, what you're looking to do with the money, and how you're looking to repay the money. It just seems to be easier for that 100 to understand than the one guy sitting in the office who doesn't really, and has to push it up the line anyway. Back to you, Mark.
Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate that. So, look, that is what we get a lot, really. They can't believe how simple and easy the process is. We only ask for a couple of documents. We're not asking for, you know, blood, sweat and tears. We just a bit of background to the business. That's it. That's what we put up there for the lenders to give them a feel for business with a business profile, which we do also. So it's fast, it's easy, it's an online process. You can simply even contact myself and I can take it from there with those 2 documents attached on an email. We'll be back to you in 8 hours. We'll be a simple yes or no. We'll also tell you what your rate and repayments are there and then. So before we go any further, you know where you stand, you know what it's going to cost you. So look, we're friendly, yes, we use all these lovely words, but it is easy, it is affordable, we're competitively rated, the rates are competitive, we're not a last stop shop. You know, we're not the last chance saloon. We look for a business that can afford these loans. It's going to help them grow, and that's why we give fair rates in return. Also, we're flexible. You don't have to see out the term. You can clear your loan anytime, penalty free, 0 penalties. So 3-year loan, for instance, halfway through you decide you want to clear the remaining capital. You can do so. We'll cancel the remaining interest you would have made. So, you know, what more can we say? We're extremely transparent. So what do we look for? Company trading ideally 2 years. We have been looking at younger companies recently. That will affect our rate because it'll be seen as higher risk. But once they're at least 1 year trading with a 4 set of accounts, ideally 2 years for the better, more competitive rates. Turnovers in excess of 80,000 for sole trader, 100,000 for a limited company. Good track record, decent track record. It doesn't have to be 100%, but you know, obviously we're going to look at that, make sure it's forward. There may be stuff in the past. No outstanding judgments. You know, look, it is the nature of what we do. We don't have judgments there. It may be sorted. If you can evidence that, that's fine. That's fine. 6 months bank statements. So the two items we look for: 6 months bank statements and your last set of signed off accounts. Okay, that's it. We're not asking for 20 pages on an application form. We'll ask you for that. If you have any questions, we will verbally ask any questions we have. When your loan is funded, we have the application loan form filled in for you. You make sure it's correct before you sign off, naturally. But that's, so you just get those two documents in and we take care of the rest. So the loan requests are obviously featured on the website to the lenders and get funded extremely quickly. So look, we're here, we have a display, come down and talk to us. We have an application form, just give us a few details and we'll tell you what we can do. 2 minutes, really simple. You can simply email myself or the office the documents. Come talk to us. Alternatively, you can apply online, but we are here, so come talk to us. That's it for me. So my name's Mark. I'll be down at the stand, and that's it.
Mark, would you care to comment on what types of companies this suits, what types it doesn't suit, that kind of thing, similar to what John from Great said earlier?
Sure. Well, look, there's two aspects to this. I mean, some people like the public format where they get to talk about their business to a group of lenders. Others people like the simplicity of it. But there's no, like, we'll deal with companies of all shapes and sizes. One's ideally trading 2 years plus, limited, sole trader, you name it. If you can afford the loan, most likely we can do it with a few background checks we're going to do anyway. But I just can't stress enough how simple it is. You won't believe it until you go through the process, and all I'll say is send those documents in. I don't know if there's any other questions that maybe you feel are skirted around or haven't covered off. No? Okay, alright, thanks.